up, YouTube? It's your boy Zah back at you real quick. But anyways, man, before I even get into what I want to talk about, because I feel like it's a serious subject that people either tend to overlook or just really don't want to face the facts or just really avoid it because they don't want to suffer ridicule or they don't want people getting at them. Some people are more sensitive to that than I am. I'm one of those. I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel, and if you don't like it, that's just your problem. I'm not going to stop being the way I am because somebody feels a little uncomfortable. No snowflakes. And I'm not talking about politically, just people that just a little bit too sensitive when it comes to certain topics. But before I even get into that, man, shout out to everybody that's been supporting the channel, that's been buying the merch. These masks right here, look at, just made them, already sold out. Shout out to Angel and all them, you know what I mean? I ain't going to put everybody out there, but people want it has, there you go. I got them gray and black. I got them white and black. Soon, after I sell these, I'm going to get that blue and, you know what I mean, whatever. But these shirts right here go from 3X to 4X. Everything else have been sold out. This one right here goes from large to extra large. And I forgot that this pattern, so I don't know where it's at. But that's besides the point, man. Let me just get into what I want to get into. And before anybody comes on the channel and be like, oh, what are you, a Mason or Masonic? This is from Streetwise, you know what I mean? And as you can see, it says trust nobody, and I don't. So with that being said, no, I'm not a Mason. My loyalty is to one group, and that's that double S. But that's besides the point, man. For the people that don't understand, man, look at right now, there's a lot of people upset at the fact that they figure that people, when it came to immigrants and the fact that they were being put in camps and still remain in camps, separated from family, some have been deported and some continue to stay in these camps because they really don't know what to do with them. I think in a sense, a lot of them stay there because the things that they've been doing to them, they really don't want people to get a hold of that in the media. But seeing that somebody just died is pretty much pushed that on the to the back burner, you know what I mean? But you know, you have people like me and a lot of other people are starting to speak out and gonna bring it to the forefront like it should have been from the gate. And don't get me wrong, for a lot of people that's been putting these posts all through my feed, Hispanic lives matter, Latino lives matter. Some people don't even consider themselves neither. They consider themselves Tainos, or some people just consider themselves Indígena. So, you know what I mean? There's so much division amongst, I'll say, the Hispanic race right now on what they want to be called and the fact of what they think other people are not really paying attention to. But like I said, I and a few other people are going to bring that shit to the forefront. And don't get me wrong, this is what I told people that fail to understand how to do things. When you're dealing with certain subjects and you're trying to get your point across, what is the best time to do it? When there's national attention on something, and the national attention right now is the fact that a good man lost his life. Well, that's according to the news, but I'm not here to, how should I say, speak for anybody. I don't know, but as far as a human being, a lot of people said he was a good person, so I'm just gonna take him at their word. But it doesn't really matter whether he was or he wasn't. The simple fact that he was not resistant and he still got killed is what everybody is up in arms about. And not only him, but just people in general. There's been a lot of other people that have got killed for no reason, just because a cop was on his high horse and felt he could do what he wanted to do. And some people might be mad at the fact, like, oh, Zah, you this and that. Understand this, man. If you're new to the channel, I'm an ex-con, so I'm not really worried about what the cops are feeling or if they feel sad about anything. The only thing I understand is they've been doing this for years. So yeah, if you want sympathy for them, you got the wrong channel. But I'm not advocating for people to go out and assault them. But if you notice, you continue to watch the shit on news and they continue to assault people. 70-something-year-old man bust his head open because a cop was on his high horse and decided to shove him. You shoved the old man, and that's not the first elderly white person that they shoved. But I'm not gonna get on that page. I'm just gonna go right back to what I was talking about, and that's the discord amongst Hispanics. There's a lot of people, like I said, on feeds talking about they do nothing for Hispanic lives. When my people were being held here, nobody protested, but yet you had good homies like Prime God and them that actually post up. The homie Cancero, I think it's Cancero or Cancero, whatever. He put his post up. People continue to, push the info in at the fact that of the fact that people were actually out there protesting when it did go down. But when you look in the crowd, there was more other races than Hispanics themselves. So that's not really on anybody else. It's like if you really want to push the issue as far as injustice and what I mean, and unjust treatment of your people, you have to show up in groves. You have to show out. It's like that one dude when he felt like AIDS wasn't being paid attention to, and they were just writing off as cancer. I think he created an organization called Act Out or Act Up, and they were showing up in groves and tearing, and not even just tearing shit up, but they protest was so wild that people had no choice but to pay attention to them. And for that various reason, and for that particular reason, they start getting medication, things that would help them. But if they would have never acted up, they would have just wrote it off as it's a gay disease, let them all perish. But nah, he refused to go out like that, and he acted up. So that's how you get things done. If you're expecting for people to just give a handout and you refuse to reach out and grab their hand, nobody's really gonna pay attention to you. Understand this, and I'm gonna say this in the nicest way, because I see a lot of homies misled and giving other homies bad information. The BLM movement for Black Lives Matter is something that they believe in. It's for the people. It's for the Black lives, but it's also for other lives. Let me just take that back, because I don't want to start mixing people up. I'm gonna tell you the benefits to it. Not only is it bringing awareness to the fact that blacks are constantly being killed by the police, and yes, there are Hispanics that have got killed by the cops, but there's more blacks being killed by the cops than any other race. But you don't have to sit here and argue the merits of why, what is greater than the other, which evil is greater than the other. It's the simple fact that, if you really want to get your voice heard, you need to get out there and protest. You need to, don't sit on your couch and don't type your shit on the keyboard to pump shit up, because some of you are sounding like Nazis pushing a Nazi agenda. Nobody wants to hear that. The reason that there's so much discord right now is because there's so many, and not just homies, just Hispanics in general, mad at other Hispanics because they're out there protesting for BLM, but you don't understand, they're still pushing their agenda. If you saw a video not that long ago, there was a black chick yelling at a black dude because he had a Mexican flag on his back. She said he was the problem. But them are the narrow-minded people. Them are the ones that secretly got a prejudice, that are prejudiced against another race. But that's her problem. People let that overshadow a lot of things. But understand this, man. If you really want to get out there and get your voice heard, this is the best time. You don't have to go and loot shit. You don't have to do none of that. Be like other people. Get out there, protest, and back motherfuckers up. Because I can guarantee you, by backing up BLM or any other organization that's pushing to eradicate unjust treatment of individuals and stop the systematic killing of minorities, you got to get out there and protest. I myself, I can show you footage. I'm going to be out there again probably this week. If I sound a little weird, it's because I just had dental work. But I'm going to be out there either this week or Monday or Tuesday, whatever. I'm going to be out there protesting again, but this time I'm going to be prepared. That means I'm going to go out there with my signs, and I'm going to state clear as day for immigrants that are in cages right now, and for the systematic rape of Hispanics in these camps by the ICE. But that's how you do. You go out there and that's how you make your message known. And I'm also going to push for all lives. Black lives. Why go to a black life, a BLM, if you're not going to protest for them too? You don't have to necessarily be on board with all their message, but look, man, this all I'm saying, you know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm kind of all over the place right now, but this is the message that I want to get out to all the homies and every Hispanic that feels slighted by and overshadowed by this particular movement. Do like the gays are doing right now. They're out there pushing Black Lives Matter hard. They're out there pushing hard, but they're also pushing their agenda. And there's nothing wrong with piggybacking off one thing in order to get yours heard. By bringing awareness to Black lives, they're also bringing awareness to transgender lives and everything else. You've seen things in the of them getting beat up, but for the most part, man, if you go out there, you'll see a whole different story. Don't be fooled by just the news. The news will give you all type. They're pump up case, and they give everything to continue to push people to want to riot, even just in their wordetry. You know what I mean? It's just like everything they say is negative, and anything that they see that doesn't fit into their little circle or their square, they tend to speak out about it. So this is what I'm telling the homies. I implore you, as another homie, if you want to get your message heard, get out there on the streets, protest, back up BLM, but also push your message. Or you can do like I'm trying to do, create an organization that looks out for minorities. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to be like some people. And all shouts out to the homies. You know, there's some good homies like I think Conejo and what's her name's husband. They're doing Brown Pride, and I think they're going to start their little thing. But there's also other organizations out there that really push against injustice. So join one of them. Create something. If you're looking for it, I know people that know how to create nonprofits. I myself, like I said, I'm trying to create something right now. It's going to be hard because I don't know too much about it, but I'm going to try, because I'm tired of hearing people say that, you know, the other side don't care about them, when all actuality, look at this. So I'm going to just break it down for the people that just don't understand. You can push that old way of doing things, but it's not working. A lot of homies don't think the same. A lot of homies are not paying attention to how you think. If you think with a Nazi type mentality, or are you on a whole different page of my race versus everybody, nobody's really hearing that. And when you see it, it's a small group. You're placing yourself in a small circle. The vast amount of people from in Los Angeles and surrounding cities think along the line is brown and black. Brown and black. Why? Because that leads towards something. To try to separate yourself, you will get nowhere. You will always be in a little square. Learn to reach out to other people. If you're in prison, it's different. There's still respect there, but it's different. You ride when you gotta ride, and it's just the way it is. But when you're on the street, you have a choice. But as long as you continue to push against change, you're always gonna be set back. Nobody. It's like, if you listen to like Nazis and you listen to skinheads and Supreme White Power and all these cats, they're a small voice now. They go certain places back south and get beat the hell up. If you look at their autobiographies, they get beat up in Mississippi in a lot of spots because nobody wants to hear that. They got friends that are black and friends that are Mexican and friends that are just all types of people, and they ain't trying to hear that. So understand, you're starting for the people that's pushing that type of hard line. I'm a hardliner for the double S, but as far as racism, I'm not on that page unless people put me on that page, and it won't be about race. It'll be about the individual. And if we got issue, we gonna get it cracking. But like I'm saying, if you're still pushing that tired rhetoric of my race, fuck everybody else, you're not gonna get nowhere. And after a while, nobody, even the people that you feel that are on the same page as you, eventually get tired and they move away. And people say, oh, the older homies got soft. Nah, we just learn. We just learn. Take a note from the homies. I mean, the homies. They show respect when they're in the shoe. They ain't disrespecting their neighbors or trying to do that sell word. They know when the sales rack, they'll get theirs if they have to. But other than that, it's a respectful thing. They know a lot. You don't get it, man. A lot of you have been taught wrong, and you just pay attention to TV and just think that that's the way the world moves. But when you go to prison and you see certain things, you're like, man, I didn't know that could happen. But yeah, it does. It's about respect. And being disrespectful towards another race doesn't do anything for you. It just makes you look stupid and ignorant. And though you might have 5 or 10 people that believe the same, half of them you don't even know. They're just random people on the internet looking to say what they need to say because it's regurgitated rhetoric from all types of, like, I see it, like people put multiple posts of the same thing. This life matters, all life matters. Do you understand when people say all life matter, who started that? It ain't right and it ain't left. It's just these racist cats that believe that. So you can continue pushing that rhetoric, but at the end, when they come for you, don't be looking for nobody to have your back. Because look it, and I'm gonna say this before I cut out, you know what I mean? Because I want to talk about something different, but people needed to hear this. I said it a long time ago that when they start coming for blacks, they would start coming for Hispanics, and people like, nah. Why? Because you thought you were somehow above, and in truth, these these racist people put you right back in your place, and it's sad to say, but Trump showed like you don't mean nothing. Don't stay in your place. So that should show you right there the Zoot Suit riots. Think about it, bruh. Like for you out there really out there pushing this agenda, nobody cares about that, dog. Like I said, when we're in the pen, we do what we do. But on the street, man, understand there's a lot of youngsters that don't believe in what you're saying. And right now, go to the riot. I mean, go to the protest and watch. You ain't got to loot. It's patriotic to be able to protest. You know what I'm saying? Go to the you can show it with me, and we can go to these protests and look. The majority of the people protesting are white. So that's like when I see people say, "Oh yeah, all whites are this," but then you go and the majority of protests are white and Hispanic. I've seen more whites and Hispanics than I've seen black. That's got something to tell you. So when people still want to push that agenda, understand that people ain't believing it. A lot of these Hispanic youngsters don't care about what you're talking about. They're not even on the same wavelength as you, because they see things a lot different. They actually go out and adventure and see things, not just listen to what somebody told them. If you really want to do something, teach your kids to not be bigots. Teach your kids to show mercy when mercy is needed, not to be little a-holes and be Hispanic Nazis. You know what I mean? Like that, you make no sense when you talk about certain things like that. Like that one particular dude, I ain't gonna put you out there, but every post was about some white dude or some Nazi saying what he got. Nobody cares about that. They don't matter. You know what I mean? So jump on board. Be the change. If you don't want to listen to nobody else, start a coalition. Do something for your people instead of being on keyboards talking about what you should do. You'd rather start a racial war than to go out and try to get your people out them cages. I'm just saying, though. Stop doing the skinheads work. And on that note, I'm your boy Zah, and I'm out.